And then just make sure that everybody's muted. Cool. All right. Well, tonight I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about inviting. And I know this is kind of like a topic that I've covered in the past, and it might be, I might sound like a broken record when it comes to it, but I just think it's something that, like, broken down simply, that we can address together. And so let me just share my screen. Can you guys see this? Yes? Okay. So I just kind of wanted to talk about like the invite process, and these are kind of like in my terms. I'm not really going to lay out like what to say in an invite, because I feel like you guys have like, there's plenty of examples out there on like examples of inviting. You've heard like tons of different ways on how to formulate the invite, but I feel like just the process of it is something that needs to be kind of like reminded. So like why it's so important. I was listening to a call earlier today, and it was actually the one I posted it in Team Determination. It was Ashley Feldyson's team call, and she had Keisha Fitzgerald on the call guest speaking. And something that we really need to remember, kind of like what Kelsey was talking about with like giving, is that we have some sort of solution to a problem that somebody might have. And so you never really know how you can change somebody's life unless you talk to them. You know, like I say right there, don't be selfish. Don't think about like what they're going to think about you, if they think you're going to be annoying, if they think you're being salesy, because truly you never know what's going on in that person's life on the other side of the screen. And whether it be a workout program, whether it be, you know, a nutrition plan, a shake, a friendship, you know, just somebody that they can have in their life, you never know how that can impact them unless you talk to them. So I've said this before and I'll say it again. Most people are going to be like too nervous to reach out to you. And if you just think back to like when you first got started, chances are that I reached out to one of you for you to get started with me. Chances are you probably didn't say yes to me the first time I asked you. So just remember, Chris is over there. I see her laughing. She told me no like 5 times. But you know, you guys, like, that's just normal. And you just have to remember that, like, you never know truly, like, what somebody can do either with this business or like how these programs and things and like the accountability groups can change their entire life. So, you know, I know that inviting, it's probably the most uncomfortable thing out of like the vitals and like the daily tasks that you have to do. But the more that you do it, the more that you're going to get comfortable with it. So you just have to take that step every single day outside of your comfort zone to get closer and closer to the goal that you want. I remember this analogy when I spoke at the Raleigh Super Saturday, and it was, oh my gosh, I think it was Jeff Mathewson. He was there from corporate, and he talked about being inside of this box, and your goal that you want is all the way on the other side of the room. Now, when we're talking about goals and your comfort zone, your box is like the comfort zone, okay? So we're not talking about like taking huge giant leaps from your comfort zone all the way across the room to your goal. But as you start to just take those baby steps each and every single day, you're going to keep stepping closer and closer and closer to that goal as your box continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So doing those daily things that make you uncomfortable, yeah, they may be uncomfortable for a while, but it's just something that you have to implement every single day to move forward. It's just like working out, you guys, you know, like after you do a workout, you're sore the next day, right? That's uncomfortable. That's not a comfortable feeling to be sore. But the more that you do it and the more that you work your muscles and things like that, the more your body's going to adapt and get used to it. So just think about it that way. A couple different ways to invite, obviously, is like one on your stories. I say this all the time, like your stories is a way for people to get to know you on a more personal level. They get to know your personality. They get to know like the sound of your voice, everything like that. But utilizing your stories to invite, like showing your moves of the day and having a countdown that like, all right, my hashtag Kiss Me I'm Healthy boot camp starts and it says like 5 days from now, like who's ready to do this with me? Put a poll up and be like, yep, I'm ready. Or, like having something that's like message me more information. And it also shows that like on your stories, you can not only show like the types of products and things like that and the programs and all of that you use or the personal development that you're reading, but you can also show like how you implement all of these things into your life. How you're a busy hairstylist, yet you're working this side hustle. How you work a full-time and a part-time job, but yet you wake up at 5 o'clock every morning to make sure that you get your workout in because it's a vital part of your day, and then another way obviously is in your posts, showing up every single day on your journey. It's going to show consistency. It's going to show others that you're not going anywhere. And consistency is like key in the name of the game. And then direct messages, obviously, which is like the number one thing that we need to be doing here, like the behind the scenes stuff. But it's so vital, you guys. This is literally how you get to know people on a more personal level, because if you're posting on your stories and posting on your social media, people know who you are. Most people know what you're about for the most part. They can give you like a briefing of your life. You know what I mean? But this is your chance to get to know them. They already know about you. They know your past struggles that you used to have with whatever it was, like binge eating at night. Or for me, like I talk sometimes about how before I found Beachbody, I used to take fat burners to stay skinny or to stay thin or whatever, so they already know all that about me. But how am I supposed to know anything about them if I don't ask? So it just kind of goes to like a deeper level and show them that you actually care and want to hear what they have to say. So direct messaging, and again, I keep going back to this thought of like fear, because I guess for me, like fear is one of those things that like you really just have to shove it aside and basically tell it to shut the F up. And just flip it, like fear and excitement are the same feeling. You just have to flip it. You can choose to feel fear or feel overwhelm, or you can like feel that emotion and dismiss it and set it aside and set out to achieve the goal that you want in the first place. So, just think, like I said before, think about that message that you're sending and how it could affect the other person on the other side of the screen. And not just her life either, or his life. It could be their spouse's life, their kids' life, their neighbor's life, their parents' life, their sister, their brother. It doesn't just affect them. It affects everybody around them as well. I know for me that like by starting this, I have like a much better relationship with Connor, and honestly, getting like a little personal here, on a more intimate level as well. My stepson eats healthier now because Connor and I don't eat like shit anymore. So it affects so many different people around you, not just the one person that you're talking to. And I want you guys to think too about, like, you guys are all working this business, okay? Whether it be you're running, you're jogging, you're walking, whatever pace it is that you are going with this business, where would your life be if I did not invite you to this opportunity? You may not be very far into it right now, but think of it even just for the fitness aspect of it. Where would your life be right now if I didn't invite you to this opportunity? And I'm saying I because you guys are all my personally sponsored on this call right now. But you know, like anybody for that matter, just think of like anybody in your downline in the long run. If you didn't invite them, if you didn't invite their coach or whatever it may be, where would your life be? You know, so this could be the same for that person that you're talking to. And like I said in the beginning too, there's tons of different like example invites that I can show you guys, but I feel like we have that kind of laid out for you in the mastermind group that I don't want to waste your time on forming the actual message. You guys just have to think about like how you would want to be talked to and invited to something. Again, with that call that I listened to today from Keisha, she kind of talked about how like we are here to serve and to help to make an impact and to like help people change their lives by knowing where your shoes are from or what kind of dog you have. That's not changing their life. And for me, that's why I like to go right for the direct message. We can get to know each other on a more personal level, but I really have something to offer and I'm really just trying to help you here, you know? So, but at the end of the day, if that's something for you that like really getting to know somebody on a personal level first is how you want to slide into the invite, then by all means, lead with that, you know? But just keep in mind, it's different for everyone. And then just another thing too, as like a tip, I know most of you guys work full-time jobs right now and are working on like, you know, making sure you get your invites done, things like that. Voice messages are going to save you. You know, you can do literally a 30-second voice message. Imagine like how many of those you could send out 20 messages in 10 minutes. You know, if you're sending out 30-minute clips, you could send out 20 of those in 10 minutes. That's nothing, you know? And then people get to hear the excitement in your voice and get to know that like you're a real person. And again, know that like, hey, I'm talking to you, you know? So this was kind of the one question that Krista brought up about what I posted the other day. And I wanted to just address this for you guys. And I think that Kelsey kind of brought up like a good little thing to do as well if you have a similar personality type. So the girl or the people that have been watching you, you've invited them. She read your message and now she's not saying anything back. What do you do? This happens a lot. And if you do any sort of tracking, like I do, you will see that it happens a lot and it's normal, you guys. Like I guarantee you've probably done it to somebody, you know, you might have a message request in your Instagram inbox and it's just sitting there. For some people, it might just be sitting in their messages and they haven't, you know, they either clicked on it and forgot about it or they're just not ready yet. They need to creep you a little bit longer just to see what you're all about, see what your life is like, see what you really have to offer, if it could really work, and see if you're going to stick around, you know? But for me, if these people month after month after month, if they're still liking and engaging and watching my story, I'm just going to invite them again, you know? And I gave a little example here of like something that your next message to somebody like that, if they are still watching your stuff, and you sent them a message and it stayed unseen. This is just kind of something I threw together that you could say like, hey, Amy, how are you today, girl? Happy Wednesday. Listen, let me know if I'm coming out of left field here, but I see you watching my stuff and I hope you know the offer is always on the table if you ever want to do this with me. No pressure though. If not, 100% fine. I hope we can still be friends. Hope you're having a great day. You know, that lets them know that, hey, I like still would love to have you do what I do, but if I'm coming out of left field here and it's uncomfortable for you, like no worries at all. And by saying like, I hope we can still be friends, I feel like that's more like apt for people to reach out and be like, hey, I'm just being like supportive or something like that right now. You're super inspirational to me. And for me, I would just respond with like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You're so nice. Like, where are you from? And then just start the conversation and get to know people. You know, at the end of the day, if you make a new friend, cool. You made a new friend today. You know, who cares if they didn't buy a challenge pack from you? That's where it comes in, what Kelsey was talking about, like give, give, give. You can give them that free value that you're going to be putting out there. And then maybe down the line, if they're still watching and engaging and doing all that with your stuff, maybe down the line, they're going to be ready to do this with you. But I think a really funny thing that like Kelsey was saying is to send that or that GIF. Oh my God, can you imagine like the people that are your people? If you send this GIF that you think is hilarious, the conversations that you're going to start, oh my God, it's just, you guys are literally going to find all of yous in the world. So something that I wanted to say too, to keep in mind when it comes to like re-inviting people and almost like, it's like you keep asking and like dropping that little nugget like, hey, I'm still here. I still see you. Other people's opinion of you do not matter. Okay. So what if they think you're annoying? You know, so what if they think you're like being salesy? That's none of your business. You're doing your job. Okay. Because at the end of the day, you chose this to be your little side hustle, your little tiny part-time job. All right. You're just doing your job. You're not going to get mad at the people when you go into like Francesca's and they're like, hey, what are you shopping for today? You know, like, oh, I need a dress. I have a wedding coming up next weekend. You know, it's outside. I want something with sleeves, whatever. You're not going to get mad at them for offering to help you. If you don't want their help, you just kindly say no, thank you. You know, but just remember, if you're too scared to invite somebody, then they might go somewhere else. And again, like I say this all the time because I heard this from Kate Morgan, Kate Schultes, or whatever you want to call her now. If you're annoying people, they're either going to tell you to fuck off or they're going to block you. Those aren't your people. Okay. At the end of the day, those are not your people. Try the GIF, see if it works, because then you'll know exactly who your people is or not. So then I wanted to just bring up like the number of invites and things like that we should be sending each day. And I feel like this really depends on how quickly you want to build your business. If you're just kind of like dipping your toes in the water, you know, like probably like want to try to hit Success Club 6 by the end of the month, 3 to 5 invites. That's what Beachbody recommends. I personally wouldn't recommend 3 to 5. I would say at least 10 every single day if your goal is to just get in Success Club to help 3 lives every single month. But if you want to be hitting those higher numbers, if you want to get to SC10, if you want to build your business faster, you need to 10x everything that you're doing, you guys. And by 10xing it, also, don't wear yourself out by doing this. Make sure that you're setting like office hours for yourself and things like that, because I know that like we all have like lives and significant others and things like that that deserve our attention as well. So make sure that yes, you're getting your daily tasks and things like that done, but also allow yourself to not work. Work when you're working, don't when you're not. Okay. I was going to say too, a really, really helpful thing that I feel like would be helpful for all of you guys, because I know that you all, like even me, we all work outside of our homes. The business activity tracker in the Beachbody Champions page is legit gold, you guys. It literally has like times on each activity, like how long you should be spending on each activity. So there you go. Set a timer for yourself. Work on that one thing. When the timer goes off, that's it. You know, so make sure that you check that out. And this is really like a numbers game. And I don't want that to sound like bad or anything like that, but it is. The more people you talk to, the more connections you're going to have. And eventually, the compound effect, the more people you're going to end up helping. Or in Kelsey's case, like what she just said, serving. So you'll get through all your no's, and that'll get you closer and closer to getting a yes. Because we all know that no's are like the most common answer there is, and it's okay and it's normal. So with tracking, I don't want to go over this like a ton, but I do think it is a really beneficial thing to figure out a tracking system that works best for you with your inviting. I really like the notebook method from Ashley Phil-Dyson. You can find it in the Beachbody Champions page. I've just started using Google Streak. Not a ton, but I'm dipping my toes in it. I'm not very tech savvy. Like, I'm surprised that I created this for you guys. Obviously, I didn't know I had to pay to like have it, but this works. You know, so I'm still working on figuring out how to track with using the email system, but the notebook method is really working for me, and it's a way to have all of the people that I've talked to in the past in one spot. So I highly recommend finding a way that works for you. If you are a paper and pen kind of girl, definitely check out Ashley's video if you haven't. I think it's a really, really effective way to track, and it's really simple too. So just remember too, you guys, like the only thing standing in your way with getting to where you want to be is you. I can't build your business for you. Haley can't build it. Kelsey can't build it. Whoever can't build it. You have to be the one to build it. But again, just know that I'm always here as a resource to help you. And just know that like the behind the scenes work with inviting is extremely, extremely vital to your business. So does anybody have any questions? Krista, I hope that kind of helped a little bit with that question that you had. You know, it's really just about like how you want to handle it when you have people that you're messaging that, you know, they leave you on scene. And it's like, okay, if you want to be funny like Kelsey, send them a GIF. If you want to, like, I've used a message before where it's like, hey, sorry if that message was totally weird. Totally disregard it. How are you? You know? So it's up to you on kind of how you want to address it. If you want to just completely disregard the invite, if that's what you were sending, try that, you know, but it is kind of like this business is all about failing forward and just trying different ideas that you come up with. And if they don't work, they don't work, and you just move on. I heard somebody. Did somebody unmute themselves? No.
I did. I guess it's just, how do you find your people? Like, I feel like I can connect with like a lot of people, but like narrowing it down, like, I don't really know how to, like, I'm searching hashtags, I'm commenting on things, but I guess it's just, how do you, like, you just message everybody? It's always going to be my hardest part, I think. I just don't know why. So
one of the biggest things is that you do need to like be continuously growing your network. And I think a really helpful thing that you guys could do is like look this up on like YouTube or whatever. With like Beachbody. I know Kelsey had a video. I forget who the speaker was. I can try to figure it out and post it for you guys. But like creating your avatar and like who your specific girl is that you're looking for, all the way down to like what size shoe does she wear? Like where does she like to shop? What does she do when she goes to the salon to get her hair done? You know, like really, really specific things like that. And then you have to go out and find that girl. So like for me, for example, you guys all saw my post last week that I bought those Free People jeans, those like bell-bottom Free People jeans. So I love Free People. I love a very like bohemian style. And so for me, I'm not necessarily going to look up Free People because it's just too broad. It's too big of a name where there's going to be too many people to go through and find actual people like me. but I may look at boutiques, or like Instagram might advertise boutiques to me that are like a bohemian style. And so I might go to them if I like their clothing and see, like, go through their followers and find other girls like me, you know, or like today I like put on these Ardell false lashes. And so I might go to their page and see like, okay, who else likes Ardell lashes or whatever it may be. But you have to make sure that you're continuously growing your network, because otherwise you're just going to run out of people to talk to, and you're going to have all the same people watching and engaging on your stuff. So Captivate, obviously, we've talked about this before. Captivate is an amazing app to use. It does take a little time to learn it. I kind of like really just figured it out not too long ago. But figuring that out and setting a number for yourself to like follow these new people every single day. So for me, I follow 100 new people every single day, or not every single day, Monday through Friday. And then Friday, I usually try to do it like earlier in the day, so that way it gives people kind of the weekend, like those Friday people, to follow me back if they're going to. And then Sunday, I'll go in and clean everything out for those people that didn't follow me back. And you just have to make sure that you're like liking and engaging on people's stuff, things like that. But I really think a helpful thing, I'll try to find that call that Kelsey, this guest speaker that she had on her team call, and post it for you guys about like figuring out your avatar. Cause I did part of it and it was really, really super helpful. Like it got super specific with everything. And so I'll try to find that, here real quick after this, and I'll post that for you guys. But you just have to get specific on who you are, because then you'll figure out who the yous in the world are, if that makes any sense. So I'm just looking in the chat. I've never had my chat box blow up like this. Makes me excited. Yeah, like Krista said, like talking on your Instagram story, oh my God, it's so awkward at first, isn't it? It's just like the weirdest thing. And now, if you guys ever watch Krista's story, she'll come in and be like, hey guys, I'm in my kitchen and we're talking and we're doing this and I got my green juice and I'm all good. And so it's just like, you get comfortable with it and your people will be like, oh my God, hell yes, I freaking love your energy right now. You know? So, don't be scared to like tell your stupid, dumb little jokes and like be your quirky self, because that's how people are going to relate to you. You know, like those are how, when you say like something like your own inside joke in your head, but then you say it out loud on Instagram story and you're like, haha, that was so funny. Somebody's going to message you and be like, oh my God, I'm literally dying over here because of that quote that you said, or something like that, you know? So let me just look at these. Yes. Oh my God, the universe has your back. It's so good. I just read chapter 4 today and I did that like meditation with the fingers. And it was like the weirdest thing, but I loved it so much. I like got really into it. Okay, yes, Ashley, 3 weeks. Thank you. Yes, Keisha Fitzgerald. If you guys don't listen to her podcast either, it's freaking amazing. Empower Her, it's called. I love Keisha. She is so nice, and just like, she was actually talking about this call and it was very humbling to hear, because I consider her like one of the leaders in Beachbody. Like she's done very well for herself. She, I think she just reached the Millions Club, I want to say, or she's about to reach the Millions Club in June. But, it was really humbling for her to say, because one thing that I always think with like Beachbody and with like having a lot of followers and signing a lot of people up is like having more than 10,000 followers and like having the swipe up option and all that cool stuff. And Keisha was like, I only have like 7,000 to 8,000 followers. And I was like, wow, you know, like it's just very humbling to hear that somebody that has become so incredibly successful, you don't have to have like that huge following. Like you look at somebody like Ashley Molstead and she has like 30,000 followers or whatever she's up to now. It's just really about like going out and finding those people that are just like you and being specific on who you're actually talking to. So I think you guys will really love that call that I posted in Team Determination that she spoke on. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, definitely do so this week because it was very fire, basically, is the word I have for it. It was really awesome. So does anybody have any other questions about inviting or about anything else that you're struggling with at the moment? We have like 7 minutes, so if you guys have questions, please speak up. No? It's all good? All right. Well, if you guys do think of something, just shoot me a message or post it in the team page. And then like I posted yesterday as well, if we don't have a call set up for this week and you would like one, send me a message so we can get that set up. My weekend schedule is a little tight this weekend because I'm going to be in the cities for Colton's basketball tournament. But just let me know. Here to help. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. I love you all so much. Have a good night. Bye.